Well, just like that, it's already that time of year. We have college football games later this month, but today we got the first drop of the AP poll, and that's how you officially know that college football is close to returning. But before we get to today's video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. If you're watching this video, odds are you love college football, and odds are you aren't subscribed to my channel. So make sure to subscribe to one of the best college football communities here on YouTube. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a number of years, you would know where I stand on the AP poll. It's absolutely ridiculous, it's stupid, these voters are usually terrible, but it's something we can talk about for college football, and it's our first official look at a top 25 ranking for the 2025 college football season. Are these going to be the top 25 teams this season in college football? Most likely not. We're probably going to look back at this top 25 in January, like I do every year, and really scratch our head as to how many of these teams were ranked to begin the season and how many teams that finish in the final top 25 weren't in this initial top 25. It's an AP poll, we know it's going to be bad, but this means college football is very close. Also, this is going to be my first time looking at this top 25, so you're going to be getting my initial reactions. Now, unfortunately, I did have the number one team spoiled, which is Texas, and the reason for that is I saw this crazy stat that this is actually the first time in program history Texas is going to open a college football season ranked number one in the AP poll. Now, obviously, I don't know the entire AP poll history, but I think it's pretty remarkable that Texas never once has been ranked number one to begin the season. Now, the craziest part about this AP poll is the fact that Texas comes in at number one, but it was insanely close. They had 25 first place votes and had 1,552 points. They beat Penn State by only 5 total points and 2 first place votes. According to the AP, this is the closest preseason vote since 1998. Now, for Penn State, this is the highest they've been ranked to begin a season in the AP poll since the 1997 season when they were ranked number one to begin the year. I'm not really all that surprised to see Texas come in at number one, but I am a little bit surprised to see Penn State come in at number two. I honestly thought it was probably going to go to Ohio State, who won the Natty last year. But again, looking at these points, they finished with 1,472 and 11 first place votes, so they were only about 75 points behind Penn State for the number two spot. Looking at the next couple of teams, we have Clemson, Georgia, Notre Dame, and Oregon. Clemson received 4 first place votes, Georgia received 1 first place vote, and Oregon, they received 1 first place vote as well. So despite receiving a first place vote over Notre Dame, the Irish are actually above Oregon as they have 90 more points than them. Again, this is a really early AP poll, so I'm not really going to complain about these teams that are ranked in these spots. You could really interchange any of these teams from 1 all the way through 7, in my personal opinion. I think these are the 7 best teams in college football, at least to begin the 2025 season. Rounding out the top 10, we have Alabama at 8, LSU at 9, Miami at 10. That really seems about right, no complaints there. Now, this is when the AP poll gets absolutely juicy. This was the team I was looking forward to seeing the most. If you guys have been around my channel, you would know I'm an Arizona State alum. I'm a huge Arizona State fan. I was really anxious and curious to see where they would end up on this AP poll. They come in at number 11. I was not expecting that. Now, I was expecting ASU to be ranked inside the top 25. I was guessing they'd probably be ranked in the low teens, maybe the high 20s, but the fact that they come in ranked at number 11, they're the highest ranked Big 12 team to begin the season. That is fantastic. That is exciting. This is the first time I've ever entered a season with a lot of expectations for my college football team, so I'm really looking forward to 2025, and I'm really hopeful that this team does not let me down this year. Illinois, they come in at number 12. I'm really surprised to see them ranked this high. Illinois has been a team I've talked about a number of times this offseason. Whenever I talk about them, I always say they were a team that really flew under the radar last year, I think by the average college football fan. Now, college football diehards, they knew that Illinois, they were a really good team last year, but again, I don't think the average fan realizes just how good this program truly is. I thought they were a team that definitely was going to be in contention to be a top 20 or so team. I'm blown away, honestly, to see them come in at number 12. That's really high. I mean, the voters are really high. They're really optimistic on Illinois this year. Me personally, I thought that they were going to be a really good team for 2025, but man, seeing them come in at number 12, That is surprising to me. It looks like voters are still buying into the hype for South Carolina after their strong finish last year. Over the final month and a half of the college football season, the Gamecocks were one of the best teams in all of college football. People thought they should have been a playoff team. They should have gotten one of the final bids. And who knows, if they would have gotten one of those bids, would they have gone on a little run? Would they have made some noise in the college football playoff? We'll never know. But this is going to be a really fascinating team to watch in 2025 to see if they can build off what they did in the second half of last year, or if they are just going to be another team that is way too overhyped. Michigan at 14, that's about where I thought they would come in ranked. It was a disappointing season for them last year, but this is Michigan. They have a lot of talent. They should have a really good team this year. I don't think I would personally have them ranked as high as number 14, but I can't really blame the voters for having them this high. This next stretch we have here from 15 to 21 features a number of teams that are either going to look really, really good at the end of the year, or we're going to look back and think, why were these teams ranked in the top 25 of the first AP poll? You have Florida at 15, Oklahoma at 18, Texas A&M at 19. All three of those teams were really disappointing last season, but there's a lot of hype surrounding them in 2025. A lot of people think they're going to be a lot better. They're going to be some of the better teams in all of college football. So the voters, they're buying into that hype, and they're putting a lot of stock into these teams, saying they're going to bounce back. They're going to have really good 2025 campaigns. SMU at 16 is a little bit surprising as well. I definitely thought they'd be a top 25 team. I didn't think they would climb as high as number 16. Obviously, they made the college football playoff last year. They had an incredible run. We saw what happened when they went against a really good team. I thought there was a chance that might hurt them in this top 25 poll, but the voters, they're still really high in the Mustangs. 16, that's a pretty remarkable ranking for them. You have another playoff team in Indiana from last year. They come in at number 20. Last year, they exceeded all the expectations. Nobody on planet Earth thought Indiana was going to be as good as they were. It's going to be really interesting to see how they look in 2025. They did lose some key pieces, but I think this is still going to be a really good team. But I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana is one of those teams that really takes a step back in 2025. Closing out the top 25, we have a couple of Big 12 teams, and we have Boise State, a team that got a first round bye in last year's playoff game. They come in at number 25, and by Boise State being ranked, that officially means all 12 playoff teams from last season are ranked in this AP top 25. The one that stands out here for me is Texas Tech. They were a team that had a solid 2024 campaign. Not a lot of people probably had them on their radar. They've had a pretty busy offseason, and there are a lot of people that have been saying for months, this is a sleeping giant in the Big 12. This is a team that can go on a run, that can win the conference, and that can make a college football playoff push. I am a little bit surprised as well to see Tennessee come in ranked number 24. They had a pretty active offseason. They changed their quarterbacks, as everyone knows, but by changing their quarterback, that actually might make Tennessee a better team in 2025. Like I said, I was a little bit surprised to see them come in ranked at number 24, but we have to remember, this was still the team that was a playoff team last year with a pretty bad quarterback in Nico Iamaleava. All right, let's take a look at the teams that receive votes, the teams that just missed the top 25. When looking at the teams that just missed the cut, you have BYU, Utah, and Baylor. They finished just below 25, and they're borderline top 25 teams. BYU, I'm a little bit interested in, mainly because of their quarterback situation. Obviously, they have a brand new quarterback for 2025. How's that going to look? I'm not all that certain. Utah, they were really disappointing last season. I mean, this was a team that a lot of people had winning the Big 12, and they didn't even make it to a bowl game. I'm not as high on Utah in 2025. I definitely think they're going to be better than they were last season, but having them as a borderline top 25 team with the Utes, I'm going to want to see them prove it on the field first. Baylor, they're another team that just missed the cut from the Big 12. A lot of Big 12 teams that are missing the cut of the top 25. This is another team that a lot of people have kind of as like an under the radar team that can make a run in 2025. There are a lot of teams though that receive some sort of votes in the AP poll, and that's the beauty of the first AP poll. There are going to be a lot of teams that a lot of people think are top 25 caliber, but as we always see, let the season play out, let the games take place, and we're going to see how this top 25 looks as the weeks go by, and more importantly, looking back in January when we really make fun of how bad this top 25 is. Well, that wraps it up for today's video. What are your thoughts on the first AP poll of the 2025 college football season? Was there a team that was ranked way too high, or was there a team that was ranked way too low? Or is there a team that you're insanely high on that deserves to be ranked inside the top 25 that didn't quite crack the cut, but in the first ballot. Whatever your thoughts are on this entire AP poll, let me know in the comment section down below. Before you leave, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications if you're new to my channel. The college football season begins in just a couple of weeks. We're going to have a lot of college football content all season long, so make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. Also, don't forget to drop a like on this video as well. It helps out with that YouTube algorithm, and it helps share this video and my channel with more college football fans. Plus, it only takes a second to do. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.